Oh, yeah. Got us some Bill Evans here. Brothers and sisters, this is the great Bill Evans you're hearing on the piano here, the Bill Evans Trio. Yeah. Ain't nobody better than Bill Evans, brothers and sisters. Ain't hardly nobody better than Bill Evans. There's some people as good as him, but ain't nobody better than Bill Evans. He's the best. Now, I'm here tonight on behalf of Martin to handle this team reveal for the 2023 team in the Tour of Idaho this year. And I tell you, brothers and sisters, we got ourselves a mighty good one. We got ourselves a barn burner coming this year. A barn burner. And we're going to talk all about it tonight. But now, first of all, we gotta take care of some business here. We gotta get some business out of the way. Then we get into this whole team thing right here. So the reason Ryan Martin not here tonight is that knucklehead. He go out, he could do all kinds of things. He talking about that knucklehead going to ride his bicycle all the way across the country next year. Now, a pedal bicycle now. He ain't got no motor in it. He going to pedal that bicycle. He telling me he going to pedal that bicycle from Santa Monica, California to St. Augustine, Florida. That sounds like a severe knucklehead to me. Most heinous and vituperative type of knucklehead. But anyway, he off riding that bicycle tonight, getting all ready for it. He got like a cart he pull around behind it. He put his two kids in that cart, pull them all over the place, ride up and down all these damn hills and stuff. It's the craziest thing I ever seen. So I, your DJ, am filling in tonight. Been a while since we've been able to talk, but we're going to be able to talk tonight. We're going to be able to get everything done. You know, we take care of business. We do all that stuff. We take care of business, and we get it all done. We take care of it, and Martin's going to be very happy, I think, by the way this all work out tonight. I'm going to do it from my friend Martin, take good care of him. Now, Martin tell me he go do this calendar this week. He say, DJ. And I said, what? He said, DJ. And I said, what? He go, DJ. And I said, okay, you talking to me. He said, yeah, you damn right I'm talking to you. Straighten up. So I do. And he tell me this. He go, okay, I got all this stuff. I go through, and I look at that calendar, and I put the names of the teams who have given me all of the information I need on the calendar. And there one or two of them don't have everything. And typically the thing they don't have is a PLB link at work right now. We tell y'all, I know Martin told you because I saw it on PBR Monday. Oh, no, it ain't called PBR no more. It's called Tour Monday. I'm sorry about that. That knucklehead, you know, he a teetotaler now. He do all kinds of crazy things. I don't know about that boy. Anyhow, we on a previous Tour Monday, we talk about how we need to have those PLB links, I think, active by around the 1st of June time. Sometimes some of y'all still got placeholders in there. So you're not going up on the calendar till you get a PLB link. And right now it is a mere suggestion, but at some point it will be more than that. It will start costing you a bonus point if we don't see those PLB links live on that calendar. I'm saying that's going to be about another week or so if I know Martin. So you need to get those PLB links going, and then we put your team on the calendar. I think that's mostly the case. It's PLB links that are not working yet. Now, the other issue is you have applied, but you have not followed the rules for application. And in one or two cases, there's a letter of recommendation that's outstanding. That's going to be a little bit harder to get by, but, you know, we talk about it. We try to work things out, but that's one of them kind of things that's supposed to have been done by June 1st. So if you have not gotten us a letter of recommendation, that may be a little bit harder to get around. Probably going to cost you some points at this point, but you might still try. We'll see what we can do. Anyhow, without further ado, let us get in to what is tonight's purpose for us all being here for the next half an hour or so. And as we're going to talk about this team reveal. Now, one thing that surprised us here at the old motorcycle, guitar, and llama orchard is that there are a lot of teams this year. We didn't think there'd be that many. But this is a banner year. I think there are 24, 25 teams out there going to give this thing a go. And the other thing about it is Martin telling me most of these teams are pretty good teams this year. He said they're good boys. They're very good boys that are coming out here to get this done this year. They're going to get on them motorcycles, and they're going to put the boots to them motorcycles, and they're going to ride them, and they're going to start down on that Idaho-Utah border at that sign that Shane Johnson and those boys put up many years ago, and they're going to end up at that lookout tower way up there by Priest Lake in the Selkirk Mountains, hopefully at some point about 13 days later. Now, as all of you know, there's no longer an off day in Pocatello. There's some sort of semi-off days along the tour somewhere. Some days you don't have to ride very far, but, you all asked, and Martin said, okay, I give up. These boys all know better than I do, so there won't be any more off days. We just make them go. And that's going to be the way it is this last year, so we see how that works out for y'all. Now, without any further ado, let's get into these team things here. So I'm going to pull up this calendar here, which I got. And let's look at this first team starting on July 14. Now, I want y'all to tell me. I want to see a show of hands. Tell me how many of y'all think anybody going to get through this year on July 14th? July 14th. Tell me, who out there thinks that July 14 is a good day to start the Tour of Idaho this year, given the fact that we got record snowpack all through the southern and central part of the state? We wiped out a 7-year drought in 2 months this spring with all this snow that we got. But the DJ just observed. He not passed judgment on anybody. He just saying it's a little unlikely, I think, that you're going to get through when you start July 14th. Mutual friend of the GJ and Martin, Sean Smith, he up there right now, Son Trails. He posted daily reports. It ain't looking too good if you're above about 8,000, 9,000 feet. You're going to get a lot of snow, and that means that's going to take a long time to get that blowdown all sawed out. But not, you know what? That's negative. That's negative energy right there. Let's be positive. Let's be positive in this energy. So I think July 14th is a fine time to start the Tour of Idaho this year, and I think them boys are going to go out and they're going to get on it just like this, and they're going to put the boots to that Tour of Idaho. What's this Scott Mary say? He says, optimistic, and I really like the Spooners. Well, I like the Spooners, too. They got a weird team name. They called the Jippos. I don't know what that's about. Who knows what that's about? I'll find out. Martin's going to go up there. He's going to visit Andrew Hickson and all them way up north boys. He's going to visit the Spooners next week, and maybe he find out then what the heck this stuff's all about. Going to go see Donna. We're going to go to that Silverwood theme park up there. Martin's going to take them little grommets that he's got. They're going to ride their bicycles on that Hiawatha Trail. They're going to go to that amusement park up there, Silverwood, near that little town, Atoll, Asshole, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. Every time I say it, they say, the boys up there, and then way up north guys say, you got that wrong. So I just call it A-hole. Anyhow, Martin going to go up there next week. He's going to take those little grommets, and they're going to ride those bicycles. I don't know what it is about that boy and bicycles these days. He's crazy about bicycles and guitars. That's all he do. Anyway, so the first team is Team Jippos, and they leave it on July 14th. It is the Spooner clan. It is Jim Spooner, who was a soloist last year, unintentionally. He started out with his father. Some very bad stuff happened on that first day. There's a rather severe injury coming down off of Oxford Peak. And the senior Spooner is unable to proceed from that point on. Now, we all know the story. Jim Spooner take care of his father. He do something that very, very, very admirable. He take care of his father, make sure he's okay. Then he go back and he ride the rest of day one, which is tough to do when you take basically a 2-hour break in the middle of the day. DJ is very, very impressed by that. So was Martin. And Jim Spooner go on. He put the boots to that Tour of Idaho. Now, they're the first team through last year, too. We called them Team Saws a lot. This year, we ought to call them Team Shovel Snow a lot. But we let people choose their own team names this year, and they chose Jippos. So who the heck knows? Back where I come from, that's a potato chip coming out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I used to eat them when I was a kid, and they were great. By the way, in terms of team names, Martin tell me he give you all 8 months to name your own team. Most people name their own team, but if you did not name your own team, Martin named your team for you. So if you did not assign yourself a team name before them team names went up into the calendar, you got a team name now, and you didn't even have to do the work to come up with it. Martin do it for you. And he and I consulted some of these team names, so you could consider it a collaborative effort, if you will. We name your team for you, and that's the way we do it here. We take care of business. We know y'all too busy to name your own team, and it may be a little bit of mental strain. You trying to get all these waypoints down and shave ounces for your Tour of Idaho bike, so we take care of naming your team for you. So if you end up with a name, for instance, like Liberal Dystopia, that's your team name this year, and you just got to live with it. Or perhaps we can make a deal. It might cost you a bonus point or something like that, but at this point, we might be persuaded in some way, maybe even bribery come into play, but you're going to have to do something to get off the team name that we already gave you, because we spent some time looking through your biographies to make sure that we named this team appropriately. So we put a little elbow grease into this thing. So to get us off of that, you're going to have to do some convincing. All right, let's go on. Let's see who we got coming up next. So that's that team of Sevier, Heinous, and Vitupera, the Knuckleheads, leaving on the 14th. That is the Spooner clan. Let's go down here and see who we got coming up next. All right, looks like July 30th, we got Team Road to Escondido. R.E. That Matt Lynn, he a mighty fine boy. He from Temecula, California. He going to know all about what the Road to Escondido means. It is, by the way, the name of a very fine album by one of the DJ's favorite artists, J.J. Cale, along with Eric Clapton. It'd be the last album that J.J. Cale do before he go on to the next realm. And it's very special to the DJ. So that's actually a very honorable team name that Matthew Lynn has acquired. Now, Matt was here last year. He do a pretty good job. He coming back this year as a soloist, and we think that boy will put the boots to it. We think he's going to be just fine. So welcome back, Matt Lynn. Team Road to Escondido, leaving on the 30th of July, which I think is a respectable time to leave. Let's see who next. All right. Next, we got Team Lewis and Clark and Pocahontas. Oh, my goodness gracious. What a team name. Now, this bunch of Heinous and Sevier and Vitupera Knuckleheads be friends of mine. At least one of them, that's that Andrew Hickson boy. And Andrew Hickson helped us an awful lot. In fact, one of the principal reasons that Martin decided to do one final year of the Tour of Idaho, this 2023 tour, is because Andrew Hickson's a mighty good boy. He helped Martin an awful lot with that way up north stuff where Martin don't ever get to go because it takes so long to get up there. And he and the Spooners really do a fine job of helping us make that stuff on day 11, day 12 as good as it can be. They do a mighty good job. So we have a Tour of Idaho this year, and Andrew Hickson finally going to come along, and he's with two other guys. One of them looks like his name is Jed Overacker, and the other guy looks like it's Kyle Sexton. So we got a three-person team here, and I hear they're very fine riders. I hear them boys know how to ride them motorcycles, and I think it's going to be a mighty good time. So welcome, Team Lewis, Clark, and Pocahontas. And I don't want to know who Pocahontas is. I mean, one of you guys got to be Pocahontas. One of you is Lewis. One of you is Clark. One of you is Pocahontas because there's three of you. This is obviously some sort of inside joke. And if y'all end up bivvying out in the woods, you know, I think we could all do without that story. I just don't want to know who Pocahontas is. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, coming back, we got Team Pure Prairie League. Pure Prairie League last year was here as a team of two. Now it's a team of one, Tyler Spates from Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, I happen to know that Tyler out this past weekend with our good friend Jeff Stess doing sort of a little motorcycle rundown for the Tour of Idaho. And Jeff is a good person to talk to about this. He's been out here several times. He knows the tour pretty well. He understands what go on here, and he a good person to talk to, despite the fact he ride the tour on a motorcycle that can double best as a boat anchor. But he make it. He like it. Of course, that first time now, he had a little bit of trouble with that motorcycle because a little water gets into the switch and it don't work the way it should. Boy, have to hike a long way out. But second time was the charm for Jeff Stess, and he helping this Tyler Spaeth out. And Tyler looks like he's showing up on a 450 XCW. Fine motorcycle for the Tour of Idaho. I think it's going to be just fine. Going to be just fine. So welcome back, Team Pure Prairie League. We'll be looking forward to seeing you launch. What's your first day? Let's see. It looks to me like 8-1. So you starting out the very first day of August. That's another fine day to start. All right. Let's see who we got next here. Let's see who we got next here. Oh, my goodness. We got to go a long way here to get more teams. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right. We got Team Yankee. They be starting out, it looks like, what's that date say right there? It looks like the 8th. The 8th of August. So we got a nice little gap here. So this boy, Brian Goss from Concord, New Hampshire. He one of these New England guys going to come out here. Now, these New England guys, they're usually quite amusing to the DJ. Some of these New England boys now, they put the boots to it. But these New England guys come out here, and they come to Idaho, where there's a county in the middle of Idaho that they're going to ride them motorcycles through that's bigger than just about all of New England. So their eyes get about this big generally when they see how big it is out here. Anyway, Brian, he's a good man. He's a very good man. He's been out here before. He coming back out. Looks like he's got a Husky. What's it that? 350 it looks like? Yeah. Husky 350, second attempt. And we looking forward to Team Yankee putting the boots to that Tour of Idaho this year. So welcome back, Brian. We're glad to see you on the 8th. All right, let's see who else we got here. Let's go to the 9th. Nobody new on the 9th. Let's go to the 10th. Here we go. We got another new team on the 10th. Team Last Chance. Now, Last Chance out here before. They come last year. They are Team Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I believe, last year. And it's John Gravett and Phil Weingart, and they're going to come back out again. And they provide the DJ and Martin with much amusement when they're here last year. We really like these Always Sunny in Philadelphia boys. They mighty good boys. They come out here, they ride them motorcycles, and they have a good time, which we feel is the most important thing. As always, whether or not you finish the Tour of Idaho, to us, is less important than whether or not you had a good time while you were out here. And if you have a good time while you were out here, that's mission accomplished. That's the only thing anybody ought to care about. But we know that the allure of that jersey number, especially this being the last year where you can earn one, that's going to keep these boys going. They're going to try hard this year, I think. And I think these boys are going to try nice and hard. So welcome back, Team Last Chance, formerly known as Always Sunny in Philadelphia, starting on the 10th of August. We be seeing you boys then. Now let's see who's up next. All right, the next day, Team That's What She Said. Now, these boys here once before, and it's that Gillum crowd, and let's see, looks like they got somebody called Kobe Wells coming with them. They complete the Tour of Idaho a few years ago, and in the spirit of the Tour of Idaho, they have themselves a very, very fine team name based on that best of all possible movies, Napoleon Dynamite, Your Mom. Now, I can't wait. I was hoping that they would come back with the same team name, Yo Mom, because when they did Big Dick way up north, I wanted to be able to announce to the world that Yo Mom just did Big Dick. But that opportunity is past. Team That's What She Said is here now. Them boys leaving on the 11th. Now, these are mighty good boys. These boys know how to ride these motorcycles. They're very good in the outdoors. I think they're going to have a good time on the Tour of Idaho this year, and we are very much looking forward to seeing them back on August 11th. So welcome back, Team That's What She Said. All right, now let's see what we got next. Who's leaving on the 12th? Oops. That wrong. All right. Oh, shame. Let's see. Who's leaving on the 13th? On the 14th. All right. On the 14th, we got Team Lowrider. Now, I don't know who this individual is. Doug Duncan from way up north somewhere. And I see him on the blog. He got himself a motorcycle. Now, he's riding a KDX 200. I don't know how that's going to work out, but he knows. He rides the motorcycle. He knows it better than I do. So good luck, Doug Duncan, leaving on the 14th. Team Lowrider. See who we got next. Oh, here we go. Team Flying Monkey on the 15th. That is our buddy Brian Firkins from San Diego, California. And he's going to be here on the 16th. Team Flying Monkey. Looks like he got himself a 500 EXC. Been riding for a long time now. We follow Brian on social media. He has some very interesting posts on social media, and we like it when people post up fun-looking stuff. He looks to me like he's going to have himself a mighty good time when he get here. A lot of his experience is Baja race experience. This, of course, is something completely different, but we'll see how it all works out. But anyway, we're looking forward to seeing Team Flying Monkey come through here on the 15th. All right, let's see who we got next. All right, leaving on the 16th, we got Teams Dukes of Hazzard. I like that. Spelled H-A-Z-A-R-D. That's a little, it's a little inside joke there. Dukes of Hazzard. I'm sure you all get it. Now, These boys both been here before. I don't know they ever been here together. I've seen them both, but they've been with all kinds of teams. I tell you what, this Damon Sullivan boy, he from Portland, Bend, Oregon, and we got Nick Wood, he from Bend, Oregon. Now the DJ like these boys quite a lot. They good boys. We get along just fine. But if you look up heinous, severe, and vituperative knucklehead in the dictionary, it's that Damon Sullivan boy waving at you. This boy come here. He come with the team where someone right off the very first side hill, the first day of the tour a few years ago, they struggled with that a little bit. Then he come back, and he come back with somebody at the side. He going to climb a 14,000-foot peak in Montana the night before he start out on the Tour of Idaho. And they drive down here from that, and they sleep at the head of the trail. Then they ride off another side hill a few days later on the tour. He go to Chalice, Idaho. He claim all of his gas gets stolen from his truck there. I forget about it. I don't know what the heck going on with that guy. But the DJ happened to have a special place in his heart for Damon Sullivan. He's a good man. And I fight anybody that says anything bad about my friend Damon. He's a very good man. Nick Wood is a good man as well. So we're looking forward to seeing this team, Dukes of Hazzard, setting off on August 16. Them boys going to put the boots to that Tour of Idaho. Welcome back, both of y'all. All right, let's see who we got leaving on the 17th. All right, on the 17th, we got Team Pocatello representing Pocatello, Idaho. Of course, the DJ's hometown in Martins as well. And it's James Carr and Chad Carr. It is a son and a father combination we're talking about there. Now, I've never met the young man, James Carr, but his father is a very good friend of mine. The DJ have quite high regard for Chad Carr. We've been friends for many, many years. Chad, one of the calmest, most well-demeaned individuals that the DJ know. You know, DJ talked to Chad quite a lot, and we like the fact that Chad is always a calm individual, has very good perspective on most things, and is a very intelligent human being, which is something that's a little uncommon among motorcycle riders, if you want to know the truth about it. So anyway, we looking very much forward to this father-son team. We got a soft spot in our heart for family affairs. You know, when family shows up here, familia. We all about that stuff. So welcome, Team Pocatello. You better represent Southeast Idaho well. I find out you boys out there slacking and you making our town look bad. DJ might have to come up, hit you with a saw or something to get you back on them motorcycles. Don't you be laying down by the side of the trail and say, I'm tired, I can't do this anymore. I come looking for you. If you do that, you representing Pocatello this year now, so you have an elevated responsibility. All right, let's see who else here. No new team on 18th. It don't look like. On the 19th, who we got here? All right, Team Liberal Dystopia. Now, where the hell you think they from? They're from Portland, Oregon. The only other place they could be from might be Seattle, Washington. Could also be Chicago. Could also be New York City. But they're from Portland, which would be your first substack. Justin Lewis and Reno Ma. Now, I don't know this Reno Ma gentleman, but I know Justin. Justin is a fine individual, and he has had himself some terrible luck on the Tour of Idaho. He get here, and the floodgates open. A deluge of biblical proportion roared down the valley one year when he doing day one. So we think that this is Justin's year. I don't know about his partner, Reno Ma, but I know Justin, that boy, he pretty determined to ride that motorcycle. I think he's going to ride that motorcycle for 13 days. I think he's going to end up at that lookout. Best of luck, Team Liberal Dystopia. All right, let's move on. All right, let's see. Let's see who we got next year. Oh, yeah. Just one of DJ's favorite teams this year. We got team leaving on the 21st of August, ladies and gentlemen. Team Cinnamon Toast Clutch. Cinnamon Toast Clutch. Now, I'm sure that referred to clutches getting roasted, possibly on day one on the first climb. Who knows? But a lot of people roast their clutch on the Tour of Idaho. It's very easy to happen, which is why the DJ happened to recommend Recluse, because it's very tough to roast or toast a properly adjusted Recluse clutch. But nonetheless, you ride anything you want. Anyway, this is Team Benjamin Cipher and Michael Thompson. These boys from down there in that Utah way, and they mighty fine boys. DJ have mighty high regard for both of these fellas. They're good boys, and we thinking this year they're going to have a good time. They're going to be able to ride them motorcycles, get on them motorcycles, ride 13 days north. They're going to be able to visit. They're going to visit with Cass at North Fork. They're going to see our friends at the Smoky Bar store. They're going to be able to visit Donna. They're going to see everything on the Tour of Idaho this year because they're going to ride all the way north. DJ's calling this one right now. I think Team Cinnamon Toast Clutch get their jersey numbers this year. Now, you do not want to make the DJ look bad. If you make the DJ look bad because he say you going to ride all the way north and you don't make it all the way north, you're another bunch of heinous and vituperative knuckleheads that the DJ going to have to go find out in the trail somewhere and provide you with perhaps some gentle encouragement to continue on, since I already called the shot here. So don't you let the DJ down now. Don't you let the DJ down. All right, let's see who we got next. Oh, here we go. This is a team after my own heart. Team Macho Man Randy Savage. Now, this is Scott Livingston and Connor Ward. Now, Scott know me pretty well, and he heard my story. For those of you who do not know, the Macho Man and I were actually friends when the Macho Man was still alive. It's a long story, but I knew Macho Man Randy Savage quite well. We go way back to his early days in Lexington, Kentucky. And he and I can't make any jokes about this. It's a hole in my heart when the Macho Man leave this life and go on to whatever is next. We are very old, very dear friends, and I'm telling you the absolute truth. There's no joke about this. Anyhow, any team that names themselves after one of my favorite individuals on the entire planet, Macho Man Randy Savage, I'm calling the shot here too. These boys going to make it to that Sundance Mountain. Now, I will invoke everything the Macho Man ever taught me should you end up tardy or should you end up along the wayside somewhere. So you're going to name your team after the Macho Man, one of my favorite individuals in the entire world. You better put the boots to that motorcycle. You better ride that motorcycle north, boys. Don't make me come looking for you, because the Macho Man taught me some stuff I'll be applying to both of your noggins should you fall by the wayside. All right, enough of that. Good team name. Comes with some responsibility. All right, let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. Team Smooth. Now, Team Smooth, I know one of these boys. T-Roy Godden. He'd been here a few years ago. Don't know his partner, Eric Johnson, but T-Roy is a very, very, very good motorcycle rider. He an overall good outdoorsman. He reminded the DJ a lot of Martin, and he have a similar set of skills. He's just an overall experienced outdoorsman. And the first time he come here, man, he ride that Tour of Idaho like it's nothing, until it was something when he put a big stick through his boot, and that ended his Tour of Idaho. It was kind of a gruesome injury. But he come back, and we're really happy to see T-Roy back. T-Roy, one of our favorite people. He is an awful good fella. And the first time, he would have set all kinds of records had he been able to keep going. He's a very, very accomplished motorcycle rider, very good outdoorsman. We're looking forward to seeing Team Smooth put some boots to it this year. So good luck, boys, starting off on the 23rd of August. Let's keep going here. All right, what do we got next? All right. We got Team PSV coming back this year. Team Por Segunda Vez. Sean Casey, Jake Hershey, Kyler Stoker. Now, these boys all from this area. They're down from Ogden and the Preston area and stuff, and they're mighty fine boys. These boys are some of the DJ's favorites. They're very good boys. They have very good perspective on life and all things involved in having fun in the outdoors. And we think this year these guys are going to put the boots to the Tour of Idaho. I feel very good about this team and their attempt. And they're awful nice fellas. So let's all cheer for Team PSV. All right, let's see who next here. All right, leaving on the 25th. We got Team SS. Now, I can't say what the S stands for in the first S, but let's just call it Team Poopy Show. That's what they call it. It's J.R. Robinson and Aaron Robinson, and I don't know. We just have to see how they go. So last year, J.R., as you all aware, show up here, and this knucklehead run himself into a deer in the darkness the very first day. And when the DJ catch up with him at the local hospital, it looked like he done slid down a Mount Everest-sized cheese grater to get to the bottom. It was not a pleasant sight. But anyway, he's going to come back. He got his bike all back together. He got himself together. JR coming back, bringing Aaron with him, and they're going to go out and they're going to put the boots to this tour of Idaho. We're going to see how it goes. I think hopefully he will understand that it is not a wise idea to be doing 85 mile an hour down the dirt road at 4 in the morning because there'd be deer all over the place. Now, hopefully that boy has learned that lesson. We'll have to see how it goes. So welcome back, Team Poop Show. See who we got next year. This is a family show here. We got to be careful about how we use our language. All right. Leaving on August 26th, we got Team Berg. Now, I don't know these fellas. Jace Clark, Wyatt Dalton. One of them's from Ogden, and the other's from Plain City. So I don't know these fellas at all. Don't know very much about them. They had a letter of recommendation from someone that I know, and I said, okay. So, one of them's riding a Husenberg 300, and the other one, both of them are riding Husenberg 300. So, don't know about these boys, don't know much about them, but we have to see on the 26th how they ride that first day. We'll be watching that first day mighty careful, see how these boys go. But anyhow, welcome Team Berg. And hopefully it's not Team Iceberg or Titanic or whatever kind of tie-in you want to put there. All right, let's see what else we got here. I see a bunch of people sort of putting it towards the end of the season this year, which is nothing but a smart move. Okay, Team EEEPA. I have no idea what that stands for. EPA. What the hell is that? EPA. Here you make me say bad words on a family-oriented show, Isaac Marks and Chris Gage. What's wrong with you? Bunch of heinous and severe, vituperative knuckleheads. Anyway, Isaac, he be from Santa Cruz, and Chris be from Truckee, so they mountain boys. They got some sense. We'll have to see how they do. Again, I know nothing about these fellas. They got a letter of recommendation, and DJ say, okay, you come here, try if you want. So we look very much forward to seeing these boys put the boots to it starting on the 27th. We be watching them PLBs pretty carefully. Day one. All right, let's go on. Keep going here. All right, what do we got? I know we've got at least one or two more new teams. Let's see. Oops, here we go. We got one, here we go. One real late team, and we call them Team Frozen because that's going to be the way it is. Chris Coulter, and he's starting out here, it looks like on September 7th. Now, Chris is going to run in some closed trails and stuff, so he's going to have to work a little bit to make sure he get all of his points. And more seriously, it started getting pretty cold in about the middle of September up high. Can be done. Sometimes that September riding is my favorite. The DJ ride in September and October, quite a lot. I like it, but I'm also not spending the night out in the mountains. I'm going back to my RV and sleeping in relative comfort. So we have to see how Team Frozen do. Anyhow, that's all the people that Martin got to counter for me the other day. So that's it for right now. Now, again, if you have put your name on the declaration page, the reason you're probably not in the counter yet is because your PLB link's not active. And in one case, I think I'm awaiting a letter of recommendation. So let's look and see what we got here. I see we got a whole bunch of comments here. None of them look particularly intelligent, which is what I expect out of this group. Y'all a bunch of heinous and severe knuckleheads. Vituperative as well. Yeah, don't see anything that, let's see. Go team. Thanks, DJ. That Jake Hershey, he a fine boy. DJ have a high regard for him. He a very fine young man. All right, now, if you have any questions that the DJ can answer here in the next few minutes, you may feel free to ask. Otherwise, Martin's going to be back a week or two before the tour season start. Martin, this guy, I can't figure him out. He's trying to ride bicycle. He play jazz guitar. He's going to be playing up in Wallace, and he playing all over the state. So I don't know where the heck he's going to be. But I know he's out in that RV and it's full of bicycles and musical instruments. And I don't understand that boy at all anymore. He used to be easy to understand. Now he ain't easy to understand at all. Never can figure out what's up with that boy. He must be having some sort of a late life crisis or something like that. That's the only thing I can figure out. All right, y'all got any questions for the DJ? You ask them right now, else I'm going to turn you on loose. And I'm just going to say that from the DJ's perspective, I think we've got a bumper crop of teams this year. It all look really good. Who's this Ralph Jones guy? Thanks, Martin. Martin ain't here. This is a DJ. What's wrong with you? You blind or something? They put something in the water up there in Canada that you can't see with your own eyes. This is a DJ? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Bunch of knuckleheads up there, them Canadians. You know what? I hear the Toronto Blue Jays just promote a player who identify as binary just so that they can put him in the lineup. They take a perfectly good catcher and they put him at DH to get this binary guy who was previously playing AAA or AA ball unsuccessfully. They promote him to the major leagues just so they could claim they got the first non-binary player in baseball. That's what I think about them Canadians. So, Ralph Jones, you adjust them eyeballs of yours. You figure out who you talking to. All right. How would the DJ wire heated grips up to an electric chainsaw? You know what I would do? I would take a wire and I would attach it to the hot part of the battery on your motorcycle. Now, when you take the seat off, you're going to look down. You're going to see one terminal that's got a red cover on it and another terminal that's got a black cover on it. So you're going to get yourself a wire. Make sure it is a thick wire, too. You want to get yourself about a 10 or 12 gauge wire for this because this is a very special operation. You're going to get a wire and you're going to get a clamp. Now, if you cannot find a regular battery clamp, improvise. But you want to get something that you can clamp, okay? It's got to be a clamp, okay? So you're going to get a wire, and you're going to attach one lead to that red thing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to stick your finger. You're going to grab the metal frame of that motorcycle just as hard as you can, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take that clamp, and you're going to attach it to your scrotum. And then you're going to stand there, and while the electricity courses from the hot terminal of that battery through your scrotum, out your fingers into the frame of that motorcycle, which is, of course, a sink for charges, while that you are feeling that sensation, perhaps you will understand what the DJ think about heated grips. So ask me another smart-ass question. I guarantee it. All right, let's see what else we got here. How long should the wire be? You know, you want to, if it's 12 gauge, I would make it no longer than a foot. If you go down to 10 gauge, you could make it up to 2 or 3 feet. Okay, make sure you do it. And by the way, that'd be a good video for you to post on TikTok. I think it'd go viral. You owe DJ a little bit of money for giving you the idea. All right, we got anything else here? All right. As always, you have wasted this time about 40 minutes of your life that you cannot get back with a complete knucklehead. That'd be me. However, I hope that you all are excited and pumped about the 2023 Ultimate Tour of Idaho. It's all over after this year, at least in terms of a T1. Anybody can do a T2 that wants to in the future, but T1 done after this year. We got some mighty fine teams out there this year, and I think it's just going to be a blast. Anyhow, I'll be seeing y'all. Y'all take care. Martin be back here in a few weeks. We talk to you. If you have not gotten an active PLB link, you need to do it because it's going to start costing you some points after a while. You got to pay the piper, so to speak. All right, y'all. I'll be seeing you. Ciao.